Well, hey there, crafty friends. It's Hannah at the Doodlebug in Jasper, Indiana, and it is finally Friday. We've made it through another week, and so we are ready for our last What's New Today at the Doodlebug of the week, which seems a little crazy. This week flew by. If you pop onto our videos every now and then, you know that I was out of the store 2 half days, so that definitely made my week go a lot quicker around here. Today we had so much fun. First of all, store was busy today, so thank you to all of you. We had quite a few groups or individuals that were driving 2-3 hours to come and see us. Thank you, thank you. One lady that was here, she said, I've been wearing your t-shirts for years because my daughter gives them to me, so I figured maybe I better stop in and check out your store. So I'm super excited that she did that as well. So thank you to everyone who popped in today. And then we worked on rearranging, because that fall line we showed you guys yesterday is so beautiful, so big though. So we are moving stuff around. We haven't gotten the Halloween out, so if you stop in tomorrow, we're open 10 to 3. Melanie and I will both be here tomorrow, so she's one of my new girls, so stop in, say hi, meet her. But yeah, we'll be working on putting Halloween out tomorrow, all that good stuff. So I do have a little live. Now, Miss Terry is here right now, and she is working on getting Pink and Main checked in. So that's a teaser for next week, because one, you know how Pink and Main is. Pink and Main is a huge live. It needs its own day, and usually on Fridays, because we're busy on Fridays, you know, we've got stuff to do. Our Friday lives usually are not as big. One, not as many people watch it. I know, I don't know why, because we're busy, and then we're trying to pull stuff on Saturday, and hopefully on Saturdays we get some good traffic, and we're only here 10 to 3, which is still a good day, but normally it's 10 to 6. So it's a 3-hour less work day to try and get everything done. But I still have orders for you, my friends. Today I've got a little restock from our Air group. We have a line that we do for Air stores. It's called Product Well. So I've got some restocks with Product Well stuff. And then we're going to shop out of the box, because I've got an order here from the warehouse that we did not get to. It is full of great stuff. So we're going to shop completely out of the box on that today. Let's see here. We've got Irene saying hello, and I see Robin's on here. Miss Sue is on here. Sharon is on here too. Sharon, I have got your stuff pulled. It's in a pile up front, and yes, you can use your July coupon, which is for card stock, on your color vibe. So that'll save me from texting you back. But I've got your dies and stencils all pulled up front for you by the checkout register to put on your tab. And there we go. And Robin is saying, happy Friday, friends. Robin, are you anywhere this weekend crafting? Robin is like if I have any questions how people do other crops, Robin is my go-to girl, because she is probably somewhere every couple weeks. I mean, she is living the life I want to live. So, and then Miss Becky just jumped on. Hello, Becky. So I'm going to flip the camera around, and we are going to check out what we got. So Product Well, again, the Air group, that is who we get these great little value foam dots from. So you've got 512 in here. I think it's like 6 or 7 sheets of these little foam dots. They're what I would consider a regular foam dot. So it's not a thin one, it's just a regular height. If you like super high foam dots, friends, just add 2 together. That's what I usually will do. But these have that nice little easier peel tab. So it makes it a nice little quick release. So we've got these restocked. It's $10.99 for the pack. Paula is saying she has these and loves them. I do too. I love these. They're super, super easy, to take with you too. I mean, we used to carry some that came on a roll, and we heard you. Those rolls unrolled in your bag. So these are so much easier to transport. This weekend, you're preparing for my shindig next weekend. Well, perfect. What she's talking about is next weekend, we have our late night crop weekend here at the store. Next, we have got our 5-in-1 tacky tool. So what this is, pop one out here for you. Look at my sweet little girl there. We just had a husband and wife in here she was here for her anniversary. They came to town. He asked her what she wanted to do, and she wanted to come to the Doodlebug. And he was back here and hanging out with the cat. All right, so this is a 5-in-1 tacky tool. So the tip here is your little tacky end. So this gives you that nice little sticky grip. It twists. I don't want to twist it too much, but let me show you here. I want to twist it just a little bit so that tacky tool, that little tack starts to come out. There you go. You see that little white part popping up there? Can you see it? I don't know if you guys can see it yet. But what that has is it has just a little bit of this tack in there. And then it allows you to pick up little gems and things like that. Then on the other end, these all pop on and off, and you can change them out. So this one here is a great little spatula. Usually I use this like on a mat or anything like that, or if I need to scrape and move something. Then, I wish I could, hold on. There we go. Couldn't do that one-handed. Then on the other end, you've got a little poke tool. This one here, you've got two different little stylus ends. You can use these for scoring. You can also use them just as an end. So whenever you're moving that gem just a little bit, you don't have that poke side. And then that way it doesn't poke or scratch your paper as you're moving it. You've got a bigger stylus here. You can also use these for shaping flowers. You've got all kinds of options with those. And then you've got an extra of one of the little putty ends right here. So you've got two putty ends in that guy. So we restocked our little 5-in-1 tacky tools. And they're teal. I know lots of you love the teal color. Then we restocked. We've got a great magnet set that we do through air. And you get 16 of them in here for $6.99. So they're a really good deal as well too. I use these, actually this is the only ones that I have at home anymore. So I use these in mini books, on little scrapbook pages that have flips and folds. So this is just a great set. Now one thing that is different about these than the basic gray ones that we carry, these don't have sticky on one side. So you do need to add your little sticky to the one side whenever you go to glue it down. So that's, you know, kind of the only, I guess, kind of drawback with these. I know the basic gray ones have a little sticker on one side. These do not. So these are just blank on both sides. Well, Edie, you're at Daisy Lane. Well, if Karen or Mary are anywhere around, you make sure you tell those girls that I said hello. All right, and let's check out what came in our boxes today. Oh, let's see. Paula says, I use those today. She's talking about the magnets, and they work great between cardstock. I bought them from you long ago with the foam dots. Oh, perfect. And there's Miss Glinda. Glinda's shop today. Glinda, after you left, I found those stencils we were looking for you. So I've got two Christmas ones here for you. They were hanging up in a different section, of course. So I've got those. They were on the new wall. I should have known. I think I did know, but they are on the new wall. And so I do have those stencils pulled for you up by the cash register by Sharon Stuff. And I will get those on your tab as well. All right, let's check out what came in the box, because sometimes I don't even remember what I ordered. Oh, these are those super fun explosion boxes. It looks like a little hat box. What I like about these, well, what I really like about these is that they're not very expensive and they're already made. So that is like the best part. If you've ever made one of these explosion boxes, they're not impossible to make, but whew, dang, it is a whole lot easier to have it already pre-done for you. But what I really like is they're hard. So the ones that you make on your own, usually it's just your folding cardstock and things like that. These have a nice chipboard lid, chipboard sides, chipboard base. Whenever you pull the lid off, of course, everything's going to fold out. And then you've got all these cute little pages in there that you can decorate. One of the girls that picked hers up today had such a great idea. She's got kids going to college. Now, when you've got a kid going to college, now maybe some of your kids do, but I know my boys did not want family pictures. Who wants a picture of their mom, in their dorm room? I get it. That would probably, you would get made fun of just a little bit. So what she was doing is she was putting family pictures in this little explosion box, which I think was a great idea. So you could do it in school colors. You could just do it in colors that match their bedspread or their bedroom at their apartment, or you could just do fun colors, and be done with it. Or if it's a boy, maybe you just leave it black. I don't know. But that way, when they open it up, now there are just some fun family photos in there. So I think, whenever you're away from home and you're feeling blue, you want those things. And it's nice to have those things. But again, I know with my boys, they didn't want a picture of their mom hanging in their dorm room, whatever. But I loved her idea. I thought that was such a great, great idea. So we've got that in the box. What else? Ooh, this one here. This is an embossing pen. So we've talked about embossing pens before. So whenever you are using your heat tool and your little embossing stamp pad, and then you use your embossing powder. With that, little gear, you also should have an embossing pen. An embossing pen is great for adding details to edges, which is really fun. Like on a card, you could add little faux stitching, and then you could do that with your embossing pen. And then you could sprinkle it with the embossing powder and heat it. How cool would that be? But also if you have stamped something and then you put your embossing powder on, heated it up, and then, oh, dang it, you didn't even notice that maybe the R didn't come out great. Well, then you can go with your pen, finish the R, put embossing powder on it again, reheat it again, and now your sentiment, your image is perfect. So you don't have to start over. So we've got, hi, you want an exploding box? You've got it, Miss Deb. Thank you, ma'am. So we've got embossing markers in stock. What is in here? Oh, these are glaze pens in this bag. So we've got little glaze pens, I believe. Oh, I hate how they don't put what is on these. We have a clear one and a white one that we stock. So I'm not for sure which one this one is. We have both though. So this one could either be clear or white. So these are a jelly roll pen. Now, whenever you are writing with these, you do want to write just a little bit slower. It's to the left. You do want to write a little bit slower, especially if it's the white one. It's going to take a moment for it to turn white. So just write a little bit slower with these. But I do love my glaze pens. And for me, the clear and the white, the caps are fairly similar. So a lot of times with mine, I put a little piece of washi tape around the end of one so I could tell the difference between the two. So again, I'm not for sure which color this is. If it's white or clear, you tell me which one you want and we'll get it pulled for you. All right, next up, ooh, these are fun. These are a restock for us. These are the Tim Holtz watercolor pencils. So these are a woodless pencil. So that means everything you see here is color. There is no wood. It is like kind of like a crayon, all right, but in a pencil and watercolor. With the watercolor pencils, you can color with them just normal and leave it as is. It's going to look like a regular colored pencil. Or you can come back, hit it with a little water, and it's going to watercolor out. You can also create a little palette with these, pick it up with your paintbrush then, color that way. So many different ways that you can use these. Tim has 6 sets. Which set do you start with? You know what, friends? I really don't know, because every single set, he gives you a really good kind of rainbow of colors. Or do any of them have the same colors in them? No, they don't. So whenever you end up with all the sets, you have all the available colors, which I think is nice. You know, because sometimes with markers that I've bought, like Tombow markers, if you buy a tropical set and maybe a retro set or a bright set, you end up with the same yellows 3 or 4 times. And that's not fun for me. But every single set does give you a good little variety of color. So what we restocked, this one here is set 2. So you can see everything that's in that one. Mermaid Lagoon is such a good one. Ooh, Twisted Citron is a good one too. Debbie is saying she has them all. They're so good. Once you get them all, some people reorganize them in the tins and then they rainbow them that way. So then that way they can pull their pinks and oranges out. So sometimes they open them up and take them out of which one had what colors. This is set number 1. Set number 1 does give you black and white, which is kind of nice. If you run out of black and white before other colors, those are 2 that they do sell individually. This is set number 4. Ooh, set number 4 has that ground espresso. That's such a good one too. Saltwater taffy is one of my favorites. And finally, we restocked set number 6. Ooh, set number 6 has broken china. Look at that good gray with lost shadow. So they're all good. Everybody always asks, which one should I start with? And I never know, just because I love all the distressed colors. You forgot about the water. Yes, there's so many different ways that you can use these. They are so, so fun. I actually signed up for one of my friend Jen Shirkus's class where she was talking about the different distress pencils and some techniques and things like that, because I love always getting new tips and tricks from my friends in the crafty world. So it was fun to learn a little bit more about them from her. Next up, in my ink section, so I always laugh that you can tell what areas I'm in depending on our reorder box. This time I was obviously up with our inks. So these are Lisa Horton metallic inks. These are all restocks. Now these are very new colors though. So new, we are just getting the re-inkers in. So re-inkers for the metallics are on their way. I will tell you though, she is only doing them in a bundle set. So it's 10 ink pad colors. So it's going to be 10 re-inkers in that box. So that's the only way right now. So if you're looking for just Coastline and you can't find it on our website, that's why she is only doing the full set. But I will tell you, I have played with these. You need them all. They're so good. So we restocked Coastline. We restocked Pumpkin. We restocked this beautiful green called Mojito. And we restocked Bronze. So those were 4 that we were out of. Now, spoiler alert, for those of you that bought all 10 of your stamp pads from me, even if you didn't buy them all at the same time, I'm going to give you a little discount on your re-inker bundle. So just kind of putting a little dangly carrot out there in case some of you need just a couple more to complete your set of 10. Once you complete your set of 10, you're going to get a little discount on your re-inkers from me. And I can't do that forever though, so don't like 3 years from now be like, hey, I finally bought my 10th one, I want my discount. So that's just kind of right now as they are shipping and coming in. So just a little heads up for some of you. Like Debbie, I know you're watching. I am like 90% sure that you have all 10 of the new ones. So if you want the re-inkers, you're going to get a little discount off of those from me. Another ink pad. Oh, well, we did watercolor, or not watercolor. We did embossing pens. So now we've also got our embossing stamp pad. This one is also a watermark stamp pad, and I think this is a watermark one too. Let's see here. I'm looking here. I'm trying to see if this one says it will give a watermark image or not. Some embossing pads do not. Right here. Use the fine bullet tip on colored card to create beautiful freehand watermark images or lettering. So that watermark gives you that tone on tone color look. Not all embossing pens do that. So that's when I looked at this one, I thought that one did that as well, which I thought was really, really cool because not all of them have that watermark effect for them. But so Versamark is also an embossing stamp pad, and it also gives you that tone on tone. That means, let's say you want to do a little background with little pine trees. You get out your green paper, you get out your pine tree stamp, you stamp it in here, and then you stamp it all over your paper, and it's going to be just like a 1 shade, maybe 2 shades darker than what the paper is where you stamped with that. So you don't have to do heat embossing on it. So there's 2 ways that you can use these stamp pads. Next in my box here, another restock for us. This one, oh, these are those great little multi-surface markers. So these have been fun. They're called Wonder Sticks, and they kind of have a waxy feel to them, which the reason why is they're going to wipe off. Now, they don't wipe off of everything. So if it is a more of a porous surface, like paper, poster board, wood, anything like that, if it's porous, it's not going to wipe off. It's going to suck in and it's going to stick there. But if you've got whiteboards, windows, glass, mirrors, things like that, metal, things like that, it is going to wipe off when you're done. So this is really fun. If you're having a yard sale, you can create signs that way for your yard sale. If you are selling a car, you can write on the car your for sale on here, and it's going to wipe off. So there's all kinds of fun ways that you can do with these. If you've got Bible school and you've got little wipe off boards, the kids can put their answers on there for a game. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can use these. But these are our Wonder Sticks. We do keep these in. Oh, and there's one empty box. And then what's in our next box? Let's see here. Well, obviously there's some color vibes or some beach vibes because I stole a pack out already. Made myself a note. 49 in Market, Rest and Revs. So we've got Rest and Revs. This is is this 2 or 1? I think this is 1. Rest and Revs 1. Yep, this is Rest and Revs 1. This is the die cuts for those. Oh, no, it's not. I lied. There's the 2 right there. So Rest and Revs die cut elements back in stock. We've also restocked the chipboard words for Rest and Revs too. This is really good for any of us that scrapbook boys. Look handsome, rugged, brave, strong, fearless, determined, courageous, adventurous. These would also be fun ones for kind of more of an outdoorsy vacation. But look at those great frames in there. Do you see all those really good chipboard frames? Those are absolutely awesome. You can see their different sizes in here as well. So great chipboard frames in there. So Rest and Revs chipboard frames. These are our little finger daubers on here. It's got a little sponge tip on there. These are the smaller ones. We have bigger and smaller. These are the 1 centimeter. We also carry 2 centimeter. But these are great for inking edges. But also if you like to do layering stencils and you've got little bitty areas you're trying to get into, this is really nice for getting into those little tiny areas. These are also great if you are a traveling scrapper or a traveling crafter and you don't want to pack all your brushes. Well, you could easily pack something small like this and still, use them for your stencils, making cards without packing all your brushes for the trip. So the little finger blenders. More of these great little evergreen season chipboard frames. Sold out of those right away from our last live because these are just really good. I know it says evergreen season. I know it matches the Christmas line. There is nothing that says Christmas about this. Now, think yesterday. Oh my gosh, I wish this would have been here. That beautiful new fall line that we got from Simple Stories, this would match it perfectly. So again, these, even though it says evergreen season, I just think that this needs to be in your grab it bucket for anything you're working on. I love a little wood frame. Sometimes just a nicer frame around a picture really makes the page pop. These are so good. Love these. I've used these on the fronts of cards. So there's smaller ones in here as well. I have used different sizes on my scrapbook pages, and I've used a lot of these on my cards as well too. And they're absolutely beautiful on cards. So I've got those. Miss Deb wants the Rest and Revs chipboard words and frames. You've got it. Jean wants the little small blending brushes. You got that as well. Thank you. Another item from that same section. Again, I can always tell where I'm working at in the store. Depend on what's getting reordered here. This one is a brayer. We try to always keep at least 1, if not 2 different sizes of brayers. Ooh, the frames would go good with Rest and Revs. Oh, for sure. Oh my gosh. Yes. So many of her lines this would go with. I think, kind of on a tangent here as I walk away. like, let's look at what it wouldn't match, you know? So here is cottage core. Looks great with cottage core. But yes, looks great with rust and revs. Oh my gosh, I've got just a little bit left of the Crafty Garden. Looks good with Crafty Garden. I'm even gonna, yeah, look at this. Here it is with One Perfect Day. It meshes great with One Perfect Day too. So these are just really good. They match all different kinds of lines. Probably every line I walk past. Yep, this is that one from Penelope D that I absolutely love. This is the Mocha line. Looks great with Mocha. It even coordinates with the Vintage Garden here. I mean, it's wood grain. You can't go wrong with wood grain. Hey, Miss Karen, how are you? So it looks great with all the things. I think everyone needs at least 2 packs because, you know, it's evergreen season. She's not going to keep making these. So when they're gone, they are gone. And you know we're going to wish we had more of these frames. So I would grab a couple packs, keep them in your stash. Don't hoard them though. Don't hoard your stuff. Use them, get them out, use them. But these are so good. All right, brayer, we did brayer. Next, restocking for some of our graphic 45. So the Seize the Day rub-ons. That's a line that we've got collection kits for in 12 by 12, 8 by 8. There's solids, there's stickers. We've got the whole line. The other brand new graphic 45 line was called Fairy Boutique. Boutique, depending on how you want to say it. Or I guess depending on how I want to say it, because a lot of times I say it wrong and I do know these things. But this is really pretty. So it's got that whimsical look, but the colors are very soft, very muted, kind of distressed looking. It's a beautiful line. Absolutely beautiful. And not all the papers are like in-your-face fairies either. And they've got great backs, as Graphic 45 always does. So Fairy Boutique. More 49 and Market. They did rub-ons for every season. We're restocking fall in this order. Evergreen frames, you've got it, Miss Sharon, thank you. So this is the Fall Stories rub-ons, restocking those. Oh, show you both sides. They were stuck together. Here's one side. There's, oop, almost hit you with it. There's the other side. So there's the fall rub-ons from 49 and Market. Next, heading to our alphabet section, we've got these fun, look at these, they're cork, and they are real cork. How fun is this? So different places, well, obviously school, back to school pages. Wouldn't these just look adorable back to school? Yes, they would. They would be so fun, but they're kind of outdoorsy looking as well too. They would be fun for that. Now, because it's cork, you can do all kinds of fun things with cork. You can paint cork, so you could turn these pink or purple or lime green. You can also take that embossing pad that I just showed you, stamp it on there, hit this with some embossing powder. If you were doing a birthday page, you could come along with that little pin that I showed you and do some little kind of drips down and then color it in and make it look like it is icing on there. So there's all kinds of fun ways that you could modify these, which would be so fun. Dorothy wants the 8x8 from Fairy Boutique. You've got it. We've got some cork thickers leaving with Paula and Miss Jean. You've got it, friends. Thank you. My music friends, we've restocked the music rub-ons from 49 and Market. These just make really good textury backgrounds too, like all these up here. So maybe, you know, you use this because you've got music stuff that you're working on, but then you're done with it. So all of this can be used just as fun background. All of this can be used as fun background on any theme. Doesn't have to be music. So there's our music rub-ons back in stock. Oh, here's another pack of thickers. These are called Maggie, which makes no sense, but I guess it matched a line called Maggie. I'm not for sure, but these are little chipboard. They kind of, I mean, they're not, but they kind of almost look like, you know, I think they would work if you were doing a gingerbread layout. Now we did get these little gingerbread foam ones in the other day, and here are those compared to it. So you can see it's a little bit lighter, but I love that fun little outline. But so these would work on all kinds of things. I'm gonna pull those. They're not in my alphabet section. They need to be up with my alphabets. That makes my eye twitch. I need all my alphabets together, right? You guys get that, right? So we've got the little Maggie thickers here. Little lawn fawn die we're restocking in there. This is the Build-A-Bird feeder. Flip that little guy over. So this is a standalone die. So no stamp that matches this one. Maggie thickers for you, Miss Paula. You've got it. Thank you, my friend. Beach Vibes. We've got the 6x8 collection in here. Rust and Revs 2. Somebody must have wiped us out with Rust and Revs because we had a lot of restock on that. So this is the Rust and Revs 2 6x8 pad. Oh, Miss Dorothy. We've got more of the Graphic 45 here too. The Fairy Boutique. Here are the cardstock stickers. But look at the coloring in here. Aren't they just adorable? Look at those little shoes. I think that's what those are. Look at that great border. Or maybe they're wings. I guess they could be whatever you want them to be, really. I would just probably tuck them behind something anyway. So cute. We got those. Oh, another pack of cork thickers. I probably knew you guys were going to love them, so I double ordered those. Oh, and I think I was just looking for cork that day because we did not have any sheets of cork. So what we got in, again, as you know, everybody knows, Joann stores have closed. We lost our Joann store here in Jasper, and there are just some things, I mean, I can't bring in, you know, it's so hard. I'm not a corporation, and I don't have warehouses, and I don't have a 13,000 square foot store, or I think that actually their store, I think, is like 25,000 square feet. I don't have that. But I have had quite a few people come in looking for cork for projects and things like that. I had somebody come in the other day. They needed cork to go underneath something to keep it from scuffing. So I thought, you know, I probably should get in some sheets of cork. So these are sheets of cork. I want to live in a mushroom house with a purple top. Wouldn't that be so fun? Yes. Or at least a weekend adventure. You know, I would love a little, you know, themed VRBO like that. That would be fun. So we've got cork sheets in stock now. This one's got 2 8.5 by 11 cork sheets in there. What else? Oh, you know, I've got lots of people coming in, again, looking for that general crafty stuff. So these are little MDF shapes. People come in, a lot of times, do you have wood hearts? Do you have wood circles? And I was telling them no. So I thought, well, it's probably time to get some of those things in. So we've got little wood circles. These are going to be great for, you know, making little tiny coasters. You can Mod Podge, decoupage on these. You could drill a little hole or glue something on the back and make little ornaments, things like that. So all different kinds of things that you can make with circles, of course. So we've got little MDF shapes in circles now and hearts as well. So great little kids projects can be done with these too. But, oh, I heard something fall and jingle. We got back in stock our little charmers that say, I love Doodlebug, because we do. So cute, from Doodlebug Designs. So little charms there. How are you? Are you good? I haven't seen you forever. Yeah, well, welcome back. Have you been busy?
Yeah.
You have? Well, there we go. And then we've got our vintage basics. So this was a line that Simple Stories did in the spring. It's that beautiful outdoorsy one that you guys have loved. I love it too, but it's just got really good. I remember this is the one that had the map in Indiana's on it. I remember that now. But this is the Simple Vintage Woodlands Basics papers. And then we've got Fairy Boutique in 12 by 12, Miss Dorothy. Oh, I'm really tempting you now. Debbie, you want the charm? I love Doodlebug. You've got it, my friend. Cindy, are you doing good? Hey, Are you doing good? Yes, just, yep. Gonna have to take the lint roller to that. Oh, I was obviously in the 49 and Market section this day too. I didn't get too far. I got as far as stamps and then 49 and Market, and they're pretty close together in the store. So we replaced or restocked our cottage core line. This one here was, you know, I don't want to call it a kitchen line. It had a little bit more of that homey, earthy kind of feel to it. There are a pack of like lasers that are very kitchen recipe book, things like that. But a lot of the papers just give you that really great kind of earthy vibe to them. So that was cottage core. So we restocked that one. We restocked the solids for Starlight Dreams. Now, Robin, I know you just bought that class kit yesterday. I can still get these solids kits. They're not, you know, out of stock yet, but once you get your album done, you're going to have some leftovers. You're going to have some leftover paper. You're going to have some leftover 6x8 paper. You're going to have some leftover die cuts. So you may want to remember, I can get these in case I'm out of the time, but a solids pack. And then that way you can use up all your little leftover bits and pieces on some other pages. So just a kind of little FYI there. Miss Deb would like Simple Stories Woodlands Basics 2 sets. You've got it, my friend. Now, Deb, we also have the full line as well. And I don't think I really restocked a whole lot of anything else from that line. So if there's anything else in that line you want, you just let me know. 2 Starlight solid packs. You've got it, Miss Paula. I think I've got one in here. I'm not for sure how many we got in, since I'm starting to dwindle on the embellishments I can get for that one. Newest line, though, you guys know you're going to see some of the new 49 and Market in every single box, because we cannot keep these lines in. Or we can. I just get really nervous when they start to get low, because you know they run out of the warehouse. So I already ordered in more of the Beach Vibe collection kits. These are so good. And I love how they are, and I think it's a lot of it's Dennis has been doing this. He's been designing pages that have a lot of your layering and focal points already done for you. You know, so it makes you look even better than what we are when we're crafting, or it makes it easier to look even better. So we got these in. Oh, cottage core. So Sue is saying she made 2 family recipe books out of cottage core. They'll be Christmas gifts for her kids and for kids and family. Oh, that is awesome. Yes, those books are beautiful. We put together, we had all those recipe binder kits as well. Those have all sold out. So much of that line went so quick because of those people doing recipe binders. Here's another one of the Beach Vibes collection kits. I thought, oh, yep, we did, because I'm like, I stole some solids. We're down to just 1 pack of the solids in here. We will get more solids in, though, no worries. And with the Beach Vibes, as you are using it, friends, use it, don't hoard it, but as you are using it, if there's a particular paper you need more of, we did do these open stock. So make sure you let me know. Like if you're using a lot of this for the backgrounds, because you love that blue color, let me know and I can, pull 3 or 4 extra of those sheets for you, because we do have all of those open stock. And then we've got the solids that match it too. The only solid we did open stock is this one right here. And I'm thinking that was like called solid number 3. I can't remember for sure, but we did that one because it's got that great kind of ombre page in there. So I knew that would be a really, really pretty one. Debbie wants the solid pack 2 and the collection kit. You've got it, my friend. And for my Echo Park fans, we got some Echo Park in this box too. We are restocking the That's My Girl collection. This is a cute, I'm not going to say like quite like that 14, 15-year-old girl, although some of these would definitely work for that 14, 15-year-old girl. But this is going to be great for that 8, 9, 10-year-old that thinks they're 14 or 15. So this is a really fun, it's still got a little bit of whimsy for little girls, but it's not babyish. And it's called That's My Girl. And then We got in this one here called Special Delivery. This is one of the baby lines that Echo Park came out with that is gender neutral. So this is a gender neutral one. Oh, did you come to see the cat? She will love a buddy. So again, this one's called Special Delivery. When Lori did this one, I think she did a girl line, a boy line, and a gender neutral. And I know a lot of you are trying to do baby albums, things like that, and you don't know what the baby is going to be. So that makes it really hard sometimes to pick out papers and things like that. So then we go with something gender neutral, and we try to keep a couple of those in stock. And then to match the That's My Girl, let's see here. Where did that go? Here we are. So I know somebody wants the, Diane, you want the That's My Girl. We also, for That's My Girl, we have the chipboard words and phrases yet. But see, they're just good. Girl Squad, Brave, Awesome Girls, Smile. So it's really good for that kind of older girl. And then we also have it in the 6x6. It's the Mega Pad. So that means it's going to have some of the solids in there for you too. So that's what we've got for That's My Girl. And we'll pull your collection kit, Miss Diane. Thank you. And friends, I think, yeah, that was the last item in my box. That was it. So, woo, we made a mess. We tore the boxes up. I love it. Chipboard phrases, you've got it, Diane. Oh, and Carmen says that she's doing a cottagecore cookbooks for her daughters also. Oh, ended up with an extra binder if anyone needs one. Ooh, that is kind of good to know, because you will definitely find a taker for that, because those binders are, they're gone, my friend. They were like adios amigos. They sold out super, super quick. So I'm sure you will be able to find someone who will want that for sure. Alrighty, friends, if you jumped on late, we started just with a restock from some of our exclusive air store products with our foam packs, our little tacky tool, and then some of our little magnets. And then we literally tore into a reorder that we got in from the warehouse today. It's not even checked in yet, but I wanted to show you something fun. Lots of great restocks in here. So the majority of it was restocks on products that you guys love. We needed to get in, but we did have some new alphabets in there, some new little wood shapes in there, cork. Now, and keep in mind too, you can use cork in your scrapbooks. I do. Now, sometimes I ask myself, I don't know if it's acid free. Okay. So what I do then, if I'm really worried about it, I make sure there's a piece of acid free paper between what I'm not for sure about and my picture. Okay. But I mean, I use acid free in my scrapbooking all the time. And I don't worry about it too much, especially if you're punching this out for embellishments. They're not even going to touch your pictures. So you don't need to worry about it like leaching onto your pictures, and it doesn't leach anyway. But you can use this in your die cut machines. I guess is what I'm getting at here. So you could die cut this as well. So all kinds of fun things that you can do with it, not just in the sheets or using it for backs of these so they don't scuff stuff, but you can die cut this. How pretty would it be to die cut some butterflies out of this? Ooh, gears dies. If you've got any gears dies, those would be really cool. And then again, like I said, you could take your embossing pad and emboss this stuff, make it kind of metallic-y. So many fun things that you can do with cork as well. It's kind of a fun one to play around with. All right, and that, my friends, that is our Friday edition of What's New Today at the Doodlebug. So thank you so much for hanging out with me this week. Who knows what we'll have for you next week? Oh, of course, we know Pink and Main. We're going to have Pink and Main for sure, because Terry's working on that right now. And then what else we have up there? We have an Ecstasy Craft. So Ecstasy is my Canadian distributor. So that's where we get all of our UK stuff from. So you guys always love that one. So that box is up there as well. So I know we've got those two orders coming up to show you guys next week. So we'll have a good Tuesday, Wednesday live next week for sure. And if you're in the area, stop in and see me tomorrow. We are here 10 to 3 tomorrow, closed on Sunday, 10 to 5 Monday, and then the rest of the week next week, Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 6. So thank you so much, guys. You guys have an amazing, crafty, blessed weekend. It's probably going to be hot. I never check the weather. I don't know. But we had a little bit of rain here, so now it's going to be really hot and muggy, which is going to be good for my tomatoes, but so bad for my zucchinis. My zucchinis are already going crazy, so I'm probably going to have to do my promotion again, where if you come in, you get like a free pickle or a free zucchini, because my zucchinis are going crazy. I love zucchini. No one in my house loves zucchini. So, yeah, it's a little harder for me to do things with the zucchini because nobody likes it. And I know I can make zucchini bread, but we don't like need more zucchini bread, you know, or more sweet bread, because then we eat it, which is great, but we don't need to eat it. You know what I mean? So I try to do it more as a veggie, but no one will eat the veggie. So I'll probably be giving away, you know, with like zucchini with purchase, like gift with purchase kind of thing. So, alrighty friends, you guys have an amazing weekend, and I will chat with all of you soon. Thanks now. Bye.